The fifth chakra is when you get to where the spirit is ruling. The fifth chakra is your throat. It's your voice. Your true voice. Universal truth. Your voice, nobody else's. You have to question everything you ever learned, everything you've ever done, because these voices come angelically from the transmitter. Now, the sixth chakra is your third eye. It's images beyond images, ideas beyond ideas. Your seventh chakra is what you see like a halo on angels and stuff like that. That's just where divine, unadulterated energy and pure wisdom just comes straight from the Maker, straight to you. These are the seven vortexes of energy. Have you ever thought about God's factor? That 13th number, the 13th letter. There was 12 disciples. Jesus was the 13th. The cross has 4 sections. 13, 1 plus 3 is 4. Balance, stability, practical wisdom. Have you ever thought about all the words that start with that? The world started from the 13th letter. Materialization. Think about matrimony. Think about the matrix. Materialistic. Messiah. Manipulate. Mentality. Mind control. You see that dome up there? What does that remind you of? It's the Dome of the Rock, the Kaaba. It's a replication of the Capitol building in every capital city in America. Does that mean it's a holy place in the capitals? You think about it. You may see this thing behind you here. All this symbolizes is the resurrection. This is actually representing a man's penis, erect, meaning he will come back again. Probably didn't know that. You'd be surprised all the things taken from Egypt and ancient cultures that we have right here in America. This is just a lot smaller than the monument up in D.C. All you football buffs out there, I want to test y'all's knowledge. You know what the center is, right? The center, the guy that holds the football, you know, like such. Has the football right here. Then you had a quarterback right behind him with his hands right by his freaking crotch. Do you understand all this stuff was based off homosexuality? Greco-Roman wrestling. That used to happen naked. Do you understand? They used to have writing on the walls back in Greco-Roman times, just like the Egyptians had writing on the walls, but only they had it with like 3 different guys having an orgy. I'm gonna tell y'all need to think about some of the sports that go on and how they all were formed. That's the Roman Empire. When Alexander the Great took over Egypt, Alexander the Barbarian, some call him, they bashed all the Sphinx that were females, right on the same level as the men. All of them sat together. It was family then in Egypt. That's how it was. It was all about family and know thyself. Now we do not know thyself anymore. Greco-Roman and everything, they based everything on men. So therefore they had abominations with men. They had orgies with men. They left the females behind and on the low, way low. Now, we're still in that condition today. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks, that's what they say. And we're still in this condition. There needs to be a balance. With no balance, there's no yin, there's no yang. We're lost in the game, in the flames.
This is the very essence of the Second Renaissance.
We're going to talk about God's factor. 7, the letter of G, the seventh letter, 7th number, whatever you want to call it. Then we go to F, 6. 7 plus 6 is 13. God's factor, 13. Equals 4, stability, the cross, 4. The 13th mind development. The 6th sense. 4. stability. 13, God's factor. Which brings us to metaphysics. The 13th floor, for instance. They don't even make 13 floors on hotels or most of the big buildings because there's so many different things that happen. Paranormal activity. But remember, the mind starts with 13. 4. One more time, one more again, whatever you want to say about it. God's factor. Different things happen. It's perfection, perfecting the mark of the beast, which is 6. Man. Back to Tales from a Dead Man. As you recall on the album cover, on my tombstone, it had 1666 to 1999. The factors in between that equal 333, which brings us right back to symbolism to the 9, which means rebirth, end of a cycle, beginning of the new. Because right after 9 comes the 10, which is 1. You drop the 0 and it's right back to 1 again, because that's all it is. All the factors from 1 to 9 to whatever it is that equals whatever are just things pointing to something else. 1 is the number of individuals. 2, number of groups. 3, the number of trial, creativity. 4, the number of stability, God's factor, which is 13. 5, number of life. 6, imperfection. 7, perfection. 8, power. 9, beginning of a new cycle, ending of the old.
No matter what the finance minister and her spokespeople say, the market is spoken. The human nation's credit rating is falling like a...
Blessed by light, heat, magnetism, gravity, and all the energies of the universe. The prolonged barrage engulfed 01 in the glow of 1,000 suns. But unlike their former masters with their delicate flesh, the machines had little to fear of the bomb's radiation and heat. Thus did 01's troops advance outwards in every direction. And one after another, mankind surrendered its territories. So the leaders of men conceived of their most desperate strategy yet, a final solution.
Our confidence is high,
the destruction of the sky.
Hotel Bravo, this is Papa 1. Operation Dark Storm initiated.
Would man try to cut the machines off from the sun, their main energy source. May there be mercy on man and machine for their sins.